Welcome to Spoiler Kings. If you're watching live, thank you for sticking around. If you're watching on replay, we are going to get into our Pinocchio review. And I know there's been a bunch of different Pinocchios this year. We have Pauly Shore's Pinocchio, Disney Pinocchio. This one is a Guillermo Del Toro Pinocchio.
Guillermo Del Toro did a wonderful job.
So
he
this
does
one's streaming on Netflix. Yeah, that's what he does. He makes good movies. So this one was streaming on Netflix. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out and then come back and check out our review and let us know your thoughts on it. But I'm going to let Brian do a quick synopsis of it, and then we're going to get into some of the discussion.
Hey, guys, this is going to be the quickest synopsis ever. Here we go. A father's wish magically brings a wooden boy to life in Italy, giving him a chance to care for the child during a war.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's on a very basic level. That's exactly what it is, and that's the Pinocchio story.
This thing is different because that war is almost a character in the entire thing. Like, what the hell?
Just
Mussolini being in the movie, it's crazy.
Which is awesome. But yeah, definitely, I think the location and the time played into the story compared to like the Disney one, where that really didn't matter. It was like they're in Italy, so Geppetto, you just do some Italian tropes. This one was like, oh no, they're in Italy, like legit real Italy. Not Disney Italy.
So what are some things you liked about this though? I want to hear what you think first.
Let me go first. One is stop motion. It was gorgeous.
It didn't feel like it.
It didn't feel like it. If I forgot at times, I'm like, oh, this is stop motion, because it was just so smooth, so flawless, so it just looks so pretty. It looks so pretty. And then watching the how behind the scenes and how they did it all afterward, and like seeing what they did, I was like, oh my god, like it took some of the best creative people just to make the characters move, and stuff like that. So it was definitely super, super gorgeous. I thought super gorgeous. And then story wise, it is emotional. I would say that for sure. That was something I really did like. And usually I don't like emotional movies, but with this one, it made sense. And it hits you. I don't know if because I'm a new father, it hits me a little different, because you put things in perspective a little bit differently. But yeah, it was the story hits you in the heart, and there's sometimes you're gonna get teary eyed in it. So there's some other things, but I'll let you go. I'm sure you got some of them too.
Well, my biggest thing, I mean, it's as a father, when you see Geppetto's first son, what you remember his name? What's his name again?
Oh my god, what was his name?
I couldn't pull it. That's why I was looking it up. I couldn't remember what it was, but literally, it hit me so hard seeing him run into the church and seeing the bomb and knowing what's happening, and him just spending the day with his father and being such a good boy to be able to do your work, which is amazing woodwork for this church. And he just wanted to get the pine cone, which is, symbolism for, how, for the growth in the wood and growing from your, like it's a pine cone from a tree, and the father, Geppetto's the father, and his son is the pine cone because he's from that tree and he's going to grow something else. And see him running in to go grab it because he forgot it, and his father's trying to save him. Oh my god. And also the town saying how great of a father he was, and how great of a son he was too. It just was so heartbreaking, but seeing it that way just really made me care for the character immediately. I mean, that was the first thing. And then even with the Pinocchio, I mean, him creating and then seeing that he didn't have that connection with Pinocchio immediately made sense to me.
It was more real. I felt that it was more real. Like you just don't get a puppet, and then like in the Disney one, he's like all happy and dancing and shit. It's like in this one,
come on, Pinocchio, let's go. And it's like, no, it's like you're a puppet,
yeah,
dude. Come on.
in this one, he's legit freaked out. He's just like, get away from me, you demon. It's like definitely more real.
Yeah. Very dark, yet uplifting and sad at the same time. Like we have those type of emotions. It tells you this is a great movie, a great film. I actually watched it, even though it was dark. I watched it with my kids, and they were like, "Oh no, he's going to die." I can see it. And these are 6 and 8 year olds, and they hate death, but they understand it, and it made them emotional too. And they were enthralled by this movie, and I love the fact that we're able to do that. And it was, as you said, beautiful. So yeah, that's why I like about it.
Yeah. Carlo was
Carlo.
his real son's name, which was voiced by the same kid, Gregory Mann, voiced Pinocchio and Carlo, which is kind of creepy. Because when he first talked, I'm like, oh my god, it's the same voice.
And he's saying the same things. It's almost like he knew.
Yeah.
What he did, he knew all the stuff that he was telling his son Carlo.
Yeah.
And he's bringing it up, and you're like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. So we got like Horror Geek coming in saying very much Brothers Grimm vibes, except a little less dark. Yeah. Brothers Grimm gets dark. And then Cookie said, I wasn't expecting the musical numbers, but they were so beautiful. They were. They fit pretty good. One thing I did like, every time Jiminy Cricket went to go sing, he got crushed or stopped or whatever. That was hilarious. It was so good. And at the very end, he gets his song, very fitting, nice song at the end. But I thought that was funny. It wasn't like forced either. Like it just like circumstances like prevented him. It was really good. I enjoyed that.
What did you think about the cast?
Cast was great. That's why I was just looking at the cast right now.
You got Ron Perlman, you got Daniel Radcliffe.
So Gregory Mann was Pinocchio and the son. Ewan McGregor was Jiminy Cricket. I thought was really great. Sometimes his accent's a little much, but his is not too bad. Then we had David Bradley, which
Geppetto.
Amazing, perfect. Just that voice, that raspiness of the voice, great. So was it Tittle Swinson?
Yeah.
I couldn't put it on, and then afterward I saw the credits. I'm like, oh yeah, but she's
immediately she was talking. I was like, that's the ancient one. That's the ancient one.
There you go. Actually, I couldn't put it. I was like, who does she sound like? I just couldn't figure out. And then I saw him like, yeah. So that was good. She was both this fairy and the other fairy, I believe. She played both fairies. Finn Wolfhard was Candlewick, which I didn't get that until the afterwards.
I can see that now. I didn't even notice that, but yeah.
During the credits, I saw. I'm like, oh yeah. But yeah, that whole this was a new character, that wasn't in the Disney part, and very interesting character. Very interesting character.
The war stuff was really weird. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sound like a special effect for a second. And then I'll keep going. Christoph Waltz was the Count, and oh man, this was an amazing. Right away I knew it was him. He has a very distinct voice, but with this character and the way this character acted was amazing. It was really good. Like a spot on voice with him. Also, Christopher Waltz is
amazing anyway.
Really good actor. Yeah, he's so good at playing bad guys.
I even love him. I love him in Django Unchained. So
yeah, Django. Yeah,
that's my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies.
So this one caught me off guard.
I had no idea.
No,
I was just looking up the cast. I was like, really? That's Kate Blanchett, the monkey.
I always watch the credits, especially like to see some of the cast and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I saw her name. I'm like, oh, that's the voice of the fairy. And then it says like, oh, it was the monkey. I was like, what? I thought that was
Presatura. What? Kate Blanchett.
But then it makes sense because there's some parts where the monkey is talking through the puppets.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's her. So I'm like, oh, okay. Also, they don't really explain that, but whatever. It was cool. The monkey was awesome too. But yeah, Kate Blanchett. She might be winning an Oscar award, and then she's also plays a monkey. Like, like there's all like I believe what was it Tar? I think
Tar. Yeah.
I think she might win the Academy Award for that, and then she's also a monkey.
That movie is something else too, so we get to that later.
Ugh. Yeah. And then Ron Perlman. You can't have a Guillermo Del Toro movie without Ron Perlman. It just doesn't happen.
He does such a good job. But that's that was so amazing.
Yeah. Ron Perlman is awesome. I just love that man.
Cookie said about Kate Blanchett. She said the range. That's range.
That's some range. It is
from Tar to the monkey.
But when Guillermo Del Toro calls you, like, I got a perfect role for you. You're like, I'm in. Where do I sign? You come in, so I need you to be a monkey. I was like, okay. But yeah, you wind up falling in love with the monkey. What was his name?
Sprezzatura.
Sprezzatura. Yeah. So then Ron Perlman, was definitely like this
the Nazi,
the Nazi basically. Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
Yeah, that was awesome. And this one, Tim Blake Nelson was one of the. Was he all the rabbits?
I think he's all of the rabbits. Yeah, they're all the same voice.
Yeah, were they? See, I wasn't. Yeah, sure, but the rabbits were cool. Also, like everything that was like life and death was this bluish kind of color. Like here, like obviously not done on purpose. Very much, that kind of thing. Like it was all life and then death. The fairies were blue. In this like I guess afterworld. It was blue. So that's about it. So what do you think about some of the bad stuff? Where are some parts you didn't care for?
Once again, it's hard watching a movie with Mussolini's like in it and knowing the Nazis and seeing them, they're doing the sign and all that stuff for the Hitler stuff. That was hard for me to watch, knowing how bad that is, understanding that, they're the Jewish people, knowing what they're going through in the middle of the scenes, just so much. It's hard for me to watch that. Even though I understood it was, it's right, it's real, this is really going on. It's just hard for me to watch it. It was hard, to express, to see it, to know what's going on. Seeing his son Carlo die because of the bombs, and seeing the boys have to be pushed into war, and that's what really was happening. These boys pushed into war and not understanding it. They're like, well, we could both do. We could totally understand this. We could both be winners. And then seeing his dad push him, like, no, you got to kill him. Yeah, and that's what really was happening. That was just hard to see.
Yeah. It was definitely rough, And I think we were chit chatting like in group text about it. But it's also a reminder. It's like, let's not forget those times, what I mean? Because it's so easy to, especially with everything going on in the world today, with people saying things and stuff like that. It's like, hey, listen, it wasn't a good time, like for a lot of people, like worldwide. So, yeah, let's not, forget the bad parts of it. Which stuff like that. It's hard to watch. It's hard to
explain to my daughters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. I can't even wait to talk about that. But yeah, it was definitely a little uncomfortable, and then the beginning, I don't want to say it was a bad, but man, the movie starts off with just punching you right in the gut, man, right in the gut.
Those are body blows.
Oh man, and it could be very off-putting for somebody who wasn't expecting that. Because you see Pinocchio, and the first thing you think of is Disney. And the first thing you get in this movie is very not Disney.
No, that's very not Disney. It is very Disney, though. In every Disney movie, every Disney movie, I mean, think about Up.
Bambi.
Like you always see death, crazy. The Lion King. Oh my God, Mufasa. I mean, that's what you see in every Disney movie. Crazy death, and that's what we got in this. You saw, I couldn't in a church I still can't say, seeing the Jesus that he just sculpted out of this beautiful piece of wood, and the bomb being dropped on that church right there, and then that church be still in ruins in further scenes. Wow.
Yeah. Also, like, Disney lives to make children cry. Yeah.
And me too.
Yes.
And adults too.
Yeah. Grown adults. Yeah. This one was definitely hard, at some parts. But I'm trying to think of like bad things of it.
Well, even the songs, like you're talking about Great Italy, let's all fight this. We're fighting for the right thing, knowing that's totally the wrong stuff. Like,
yeah,
seeing that and seeing the propaganda, but as you said, it's real, but it's just hard to watch.
Yeah. There's a lot of that kind of stuff is really hard to watch. The one thing, trying to get off of that stuff is the first song, in the movie with Pinocchio was a very
flat.
Yeah. Like it just didn't hit with me. And I was like, oh, I hope this doesn't continue. But then every other song after that and stuff like that, like, was great. But that one, I don't know if because the timing was weird, where Geppetto is hungover and just realizes like this weird, ugliest doll he's ever created in his life is now alive. With nails sticking out, which I love that, the nails sticking out, and they had the knot, the knot hole on it, in his chest, and everything's all misshapen and stuff like that. And I think even if you go back and watch it, you can see one ear is done all nice and pretty, like he spent time, and then he's just like F it, and it started just hacking away and doing crazy stuff, and that's his creation. And then it starts singing, so it was a very like just off-putting. It's like he's drunk, freaked out, like thinking he's gonna die. There's a demon here, and then there's this thing singing. So yeah,
definitely understand that. Yeah, that was
even after that though, I didn't hate the song at the end, but it was just at the first viewing, I was like, why?
Well, no, I think all the songs were hard like that for me. It was just hard. Like the Papa song was really like, oh man, my heart. I was like, my heart hole is hurting. This was heart hole right here. Man, it was tough.
Yeah.
The fish. My kids were like, that's the ugliest fish I ever seen in my life.
The fish. Oh, the one that swallows them up. The whale thing. Yeah, I know, that was weird. Like, it was a little weird the way his blowhole was kind of. I was like,
I don't know if this is good.
That's nasty. Oh man. But yeah, I don't know any other bad stuff. Like,
even thing that we were talking about bad is more emotional bad or timing bad, but it's not like it wasn't bad in the movie. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, I think, is the best.
Nothing was really bad. It was just weird and hard to watch. Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else before we jump in our ratings then?
No, I mean, this was just, it was so well done. It was so well done. And I almost forgot the story about what was actually happening in the world. So though I said all those bad things and all those uncomfortable things, I appreciate Del Toro doing that, and showing us this.
Yeah,
it was important.
Yeah, it really was. All right, let's get into our movie ratings. So here at Spoiler Kings, we do things a little bit different. We don't do 1 through 10 or letter grades and stuff like that. We keep it nice and simple. Now, later, never. Now means you got to watch it right now. Drop what you're doing. Later means you can wait till you're doing the dishes and throw it around on the background. And it never means just skip it. It's not worth killing any brain cells. What are you giving this one, Brian?
So if you watched our other reviews, I could like something and give it a later.
Yeah.
I'm going to like something and give it a now. This is This was important. I think this was really good. It was so well done. And for someone who loves stop motion, who loved The Nightmare Before Christmas, like it's my favorite, Christmas movie, period. Because it's a Christmas movie, it's not a Halloween movie. But
we're into that.
But it's just I thought this was important to watch and to enjoy, and the emotions were so well done. The movie was so well done. I loved it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a now too. It just from start to end, the ending was amazing. I don't want to spoil the ending. I thought the ending was great. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen.
I cried at the end too. I cried again. I was like,
like, and there is a ending, which is really good. Because I think in the original Pinocchio, there really kind of is, kind of isn't. Whatever. This one, yeah. The beginning, it's just everything very emotional, very uncomfortable, but it was supposed to feel uncomfortable. You weren't supposed to be like, oh, I don't like this. You're more like, oh, this doesn't sit right because of what you're seeing. So it was the right emotion that he was trying to get you to feel. So, definitely that. And, Del Toro just knows how to make something look amazing and also make you feel a certain way. He's done it before in other movies, some more than others, but this one definitely. I don't think it's his best work ever. I don't think it's the best Del Toro movie, but definitely up there, I would say.
Well, not saying the best Del Toro movie. I mean, when talking about what Pan's Labyrinth, I mean, it's one of the greatest movies of all time. It's like the greatest of all time. Is still saying this is very good. This is very good. I
mean, definitely one of his better ones. He knows, and just the stop motion though is amazing. If you're a fan of that, this is gonna be your best of the best. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a stop motion as good as this one. And you knew it was stop motion. It wasn't like it was trying to hide it from being stop motion. It was just so well done. You forgot that you're watching stop motion, because there were a lot of parts that things messed up, like, a foot might have moved a little too much, or, something moved, because it's literally a frame at a time. Mm-hmm. So, but he wanted those things in, he said, keep the mistakes because this is what it is, and I'm like, that's great.
Motion add to a puppet. When you're seeing a puppet show and you see a puppet move, stop motion really adds to that. I mean, it's perfect for this type of movie.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole nother, meta. It's like, oh, here's a puppet. Here's a with a puppet that comes to life about puppets.
That's moving this way, like it's just so good.
yeah. So definitely, I was a big fan of it. I really did like it.
All right, guess what the tomato meter has it at?
Oh, I didn't even check. I don't even know. I want to say the critics didn't like it. No,
I loved it. 97% on the tomato meter.
Wow! Holy crap!
97.
Okay, so that means the audience. That's got to be, if that's it's got to be in the 70s, right? Audience 85. Never likes it. 85. That's still not bad.
Yeah, they everything's really good. I mean, when I look at it, even when I look at IMDb, it's a 7.8 out of 10. This is everywhere saying this is a good quality movie, and everything they're saying is about just the time period. Nothing about the actual movie. It's about the things that make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
This is a banger. This is a banger. This is the best Pinocchio I saw this year, by far.
Out of the three or four of them.
Definitely better. I mean, barely better than Pauly Shore, but yeah, come on.
God, he should have had him in the movie somewhere. That would have been a great little Easter egg.
Buddy.
Yeah. The whale is actually Pauly Shore. We find out later.
That's good.
Noises.
That's good.
He does the weasel noise. That's the whale. But yeah, that's pretty good. I really thought either the critics hated it or loved it. I really thought they were going to hate it because sometimes things that that
make
they
you feel
should like,
uncomfortable.
they don't like. Yeah, you know.
But this is
But even the
art.
audience both being how, yeah,
This
it
is
was great.
art. This is just what it is.
It's already for the what was that, for your consideration for best animated film of the year. It's pretty much going to be this or Turning Red. That's really all it's going to be.
I think this wins. I think this
it's
wins.
hard. It's hard. That's it's Turning Red was special too, man. You know,
It was
Turning Red was,
good, and it's different. It's just different. This is, I think, when you think of Academy Award, you think of this. This is Academy Award worthy.
Possibly, man. I don't know. I mean, they both tell a story, you know, kind of within a story and stuff like that, you know. So it's gonna be really interesting to see who wins. Because I love both of those movies. So, but
Yeah,
but I don't know.
you're right.
It said, "Father, when can I leave to be on my own?" I know, still the best Pinocchio meme this year. Yeah, Father, when can I leave to be on my own? Yeah, with Pauly Shore.
Yeah,
yeah, that was horrible. It is awesome though. It is one of the best memes. All right, but that's it from us over here at Spoiler Kings. We told you what we thought and what we rated. So make sure you leave a comment down below and let us know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you cry too much?
Was it too much?
Yeah, was it too much? Because that could easily be, there's that line, and this could have easily crossed that line for being too much for a lot of people.
Yeah, that war, the war thing with the kids, seeing boys having to go to war and having war games will capture the flag, and then, oh, we both won. No, you missed the point. Someone has to die. And with a real gun for boys, that's whoa, that was a lot.
Yeah. It could be a lot. So let us know your thoughts down below, and make sure you hit that sub button so you know when we are live, and we post up all of our clips from our live show as well, and like this video, so we know you like our reviews. We love doing them, so hopefully you like listening to them. But that is it from me and from Brian over there. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
And we'll see you guys.
See you in the next movie, next video.